Hey, you guys, it's James Dickerson here doing super fantastic, charged up with positive energy and really excited about life, ready to face my next challenge with courage and enthusiasm. And I'm really glad that you guys are listening right now and to this video because I wanted to talk about the grant program that we're offering through the Opulence Group Network Incorporated. I'm very proud to be a board member of this organization. I am, in fact, the director of marketing. It's my responsibility to make sure that the message about the Opulence Group gets out into the community and that we maintain dignity and a spirit of excellence in so doing. Now, and with that in mind, let me share with you that many people are asking, is this the blessing community, or this the blessing circles, or the looms, or cash gifting, or any number of other terminologies that people use to describe those particular entities, or should I say groups that formed many years ago. And it's not a new thing, it's an old thing. People use terminologies like pyramid scheme, et cetera, to describe them. Was not new, but in 2020, it became very popular as the pandemic caused people to lose trust or hope in the job market. And folks were scrambling and looking for alternative ways to bring more money into their households. And I understand it. And I will, because people have to feed their families. So people were jumping into a lot of different circles and groups, and the Telegram app was blowing up, right? So I wanted to share with you the difference between the Opulence Group Network Incorporated's grant program and these particular communities and circles and looms, cash gifting, etc. So let's start with item number one. One of the main differences is that the Opulence Group Network Incorporated is a legal IRS nonprofit uh, organization. It's an IRS compliant nonprofit organization. Now compare that to the blessing community, which is not an official or legally filed entity, and it is recognized by the Federal Trade Commission as a Ponzi scheme. So that means it's not a legal organization. And in fact, it is an illegal Ponzi scheme. So, no, in spite of what anyone tells you, any declarations that they make when you go into these groups, it's not a legal entity. And in fact, it is an illegal Ponzi scheme. Now, the Opulence Group Network, on the other hand, is a legal IRS compliant nonprofit organization. And all of those things were filed some time ago. The second thing that's different between these two things is the Opulence Group Network is a publicly accessible organization. We can be seen on all social media, on Facebook, Instagram, you name it. We are publicly accessible on all social media. And we do have a physical address located in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's actually published on our website. We have a customer service number and a ton of other things that show the legitimacy of the Opulence Group. Now, the blessing communities, on the other hand, are secret groups that cannot be posted online. Shh, don't go and post about it. Don't tell everybody that you're in this group. Don't post your money or any of that type of stuff. So we understand why it's a secret group now, right? Because in spite of what they tell you, is not an actual legal entity. The other difference is that the Opulence Group is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We have 501c3 status, and that makes our donations that we receive from our members and other donors tax deductible. So it's a win-win for the organization, it's a win for the donors, and it's also a win for those who are applying for grants. So it's actually a win all the way around. No one loses with the Opulence Group Network Incorporated. No one loses. Everyone that donates wins, and everyone that applies for a grant actually wins. On the other hand, the blessing communities and all of those circles, there's a strong probability of losing money while someone else actually gains money. It's a strong probability. In fact, tons of people that I know personally told me about all of the money that they lost when they put their faith, hope, and trust into those blessing communities. And I definitely understand why, because it's very convincing and in theory should work over a long period of time. But in fact, people not only have a strong probability of losing their money, but a lot of people have lost a lot of money. Nextly, you have the fact that the Opulence Group Network is consistent and reliable because we have software that was made specifically for the Opulence Group Network. Tens of thousands of dollars were poured into this software, and countless hours were spent developing it before this was presented to the public. And so there is an automated system that makes sure that the distribution list is done properly and smoothly, and it's consistent and reliable, every day. And it works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So now the blessing communities, on the other hand, is obviously inconsistent because it's based on individuals who are manually updating circles and boards, right? So someone's aunt or uncle or friend is actually sitting behind the scenes somewhere, writing on whiteboards, drawing circles and these looms and flowers and updating names, and that's completely unreliable. The other thing is that the Opulence Group Network receives donations through a secure payment site, and that grants are distributed via direct deposit or our very own Opulence Visa card. We were, in fact, approved by Visa themselves to stand alone with our own Opulence Group card. As our own card, is not just branded, it's our card. So that's amazing. And on the blessing communities, on the other hand, individuals are sending cash to other individuals, and the accountability structure is shaky because it's all centered around the honor system. And so, therefore, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. The last thing is that the Opulence Group Network Incorporated loves when people spread the word about what we're doing. Why? Because it's important that as many people as possible find out about what we're up to. It's very important that people find out about it, but we don't require that people actually spread the word. It's not something that you have to do in order to qualify for grants or anything like that. However, people are excited about it and they do share information with other people, and we deeply appreciate it. And so do the people that you share it with. On the other hand, those blessing communities, well, recruiting is definitely a requirement in most of them. You have to bring in two people and so on and so forth. And those two got to bring two, and those two got to bring two, and those two got to bring two. And that's what keeps it going. The Opulence Group doesn't work that way. Members do make donations, but those donations again are tax deductible because they go to a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The other part is we're not just depending on members making donations because of our filing status. We are very attractive to very large corporations and banks, as well as Opulence Group owning its own businesses. And those businesses, the funds that flow in that would normally be profit to a for-profit company, or those profits are shared directly into our grant system to make sure that we're continuously giving out funds to assist individuals with the things that they need to accomplish in their personal and business initiatives. Now, if you want the complete information about the Opulence Group Network and the grants that we offer, go and see the full presentation at www.grantsgiven.com. It's the website that's shown here at the bottom of the screen. Thank you guys for viewing this. Montoya Christian, who is the president of the Opulence Group, and all of the board of directors, we're looking forward to serving you the best that we can to help you and your family achieve your personal and business goals.